think for me, I'm a person who's comfortable being at home. So in a way, the lockdown was as much as it was negative for everyone. For me, in a way, it was positive because I got to be at home and spend time with my mother. So I was staying with my mother at the point. So I won't say that I had any difficulty in coping with staying at home. But I think what was difficult is in relation to work. I work in the income tax department, so I deal with a lot of files and things that are confidential. So the problem was I couldn't bring back the document. So basically, we couldn't do anything from home. But we were given 1 or 2 days to go back to office to take the things to come back. Yeah, so I would say that is how I cope being at home lah. Being able to do the work that I wanted to do, so that we don't have backlog.
We didn't have much time when we were dating also. We only meet like once a week due to our different timing of work time. So during MCO, how we cope is actually we call each other every day to pray for one another, then do exercise together. This is something different compared to pre-MCO time, where we only think that okay, we meet physically enough. We don't really call each other, only via text and also meet physically pre-COVID time. But during COVID time, I think we connected more, although we are not able to meet each other physically lah.
I think for my personal life, I think for both of us lah, our health life improved a lot. So I did a lot of exercise during MCO. Yeah, and also fostered to do also with my nephews and everyone. So we did a lot of online exercises together. We had this challenge, plank challenge and such things. So that improved. Secondly, because I think my mother was already in a keto diet. So no choice, I don't cook. So staying with her, I need to eat the food she eats now. But it really helped me. And then until now, I think I'll be able to maintain a good lifestyle is because of that. It became a habit. At first it was very difficult, but then it became a habit. So I think that was a very positive change in our life then, and also now as husband and wife. I think struggle number one, the very common fear, like how all of us know that we don't want to contract the COVID at the beginning. So we don't want our family members to kena, for us to get it. Nobody that we know should get it. As a whole, the whole world shouldn't get it, but at the time it was already spreading. We really hope that nobody will got. But then after that, the second thing that we worried most is about our marriage. Like how Sophia said, like that we already planned for the marriage 1 year before. But then when it happened that year, then a lot of questions came to our mind whether we should postpone. So my worry was that the postponement will take another time and another day. Then we need to rethink the whole thing. During the time, there's no SOP from the government yet. It's very quiet events. So then the deposit was paid, so the money was online. So a lot of things were at stake that time. But prayer really helped us to overcome all of that. And then we had this thing that when every day we pray, we see the numbers reducing. Then every time the number reduced, I'll post in my Insta, thank you Lord for the reduction of the number. Yeah, so that helped to strengthen my faith in a way. I think the one thing that really got postponed is the Penang side reception. That didn't happen. Because it was already spiked. The Sabah election, we came back, then there's another lockdown. So that is impossible. So we just finished our Penang dinner last year, December. Yeah. So that was one. So my worry was that their side, my wife's side, maybe they were upset or couldn't do it right. So then it become like the issue, like how come one is done, another one is not done. But thank God everyone was understanding, so no problem.
And the reason why we postponed our Penang wedding reception also because my sister is in US. She not able to come back last year. She was supposed to come back last year, but she's not able to because of COVID. Then we postponed to 2021 May. Then the lockdown happened again during May, so we couldn't do that as well. So there's 2 postponement actually for our Penang reception. Until last year November, when things started to get open up a bit more, then Penang moved on to phase 4. That's when I just told him, why not we just do it for our immediate relatives, where only close relatives and some of my dad's close friends that I know, which is a small scale . So during that time, we were able to have our wedding last year, December, during Christmas Eve. I was very glad that it was during Christmas Eve because that's when, where people gathered and people celebrated Christmas during that time. It was a very meaningful Christmas for me.
It was very bad.
It's bad for me also, although I'm negative.
Yeah.
The whole
So
time.
it happened Chinese New Year. So when we went back this year, it happened 2022. I was positive. I don't know how I got it. I was positive, detected in Penang. Then the day we knew, we came back home. That was the first day of Chinese New Year. So it was very sad also that we couldn't celebrate over there after going back after a year, right? So it was bad. Number one, because I was very sick. And number two, I think we couldn't celebrate Chinese New Year with family.
I think for me, I feel very sad because it's the first time as married couple going back to Penang. We were there for 5 days already actually. So how we got it also we didn't know, because this is the first time that we planned that when we go back to Penang, we won't meet anybody. We only spend time with our families the whole time. So when it happens during the reunion night, then when I found out that he is positive, my life felt like, it has turned around, like changed everything. And during that time, there's no clear SOP. So we still need we went to do PCR. Everybody was so afraid. Like my family also was quite worried because I have extended family as well. The worry that I have is more on the guilt part, where don't know if my husband has transmitted to my younger nephews or niece during that time or not, because we met up with our family members. Yeah, so that time is really a struggle. One is not being able to celebrate Chinese New Year, and then at the same time is the feeling of guilty during that time.
I wouldn't want to be the cause to spread to others. I think that was the worry. Like, I had it, okay, because I still feel that I can come out from it. Yeah, because of all the healthy things I already did. So in a way, I was confident. But how if somebody who's not healthy like, it's very difficult. So that was my worry also. But then the thing that we thought about is what to do next. So the good thing we did is we didn't stay in Penang. We drove back right after our PCR test to KL, one shot. Yeah, so that was the worry I had. I think I must be really thankful to my wife who took care of me during that time, because no choice, I was locked down in the master bedroom for 10 days. I as much as I like staying at home, I didn't say I like staying in the master bedroom. Yeah. So because I want to also go out and do things and be happy, and exercise at most, but being in the room was very I can feel how people feel during quarantine that time. But I think my wife took care of me. My mom and my sister-in-law also sent a lot of food to help us during that time. And my worry was that my Sophia will be positive. Then there's nobody to cook for me. Yeah, but more than that is, if she is positive, then nobody to look after her. So that time, that was worry. But I'm thankful that everything turned out well, and I was negative, and I didn't have any post effects after that. One very positive thing, like being positive during Chinese New Year and not being there for the first and second day.
Yes.
Yeah, but she still gave to
my immediate
family, parents and brothers and whatever. Being so sorry for being so bad. That was positive. Saved a lot of my money. Yeah, I think during one of the lockdown, we actually bought PS4, a second-hand PS4. This is not to overcome the anxiety, but at least to fill the time more. So we played games like Overcooked, FIFA. I think that also helped us to be occupied in the MCO. So in a way, it's also overcome anxiety. After my positive, also I played a lot because I was 10 days in the master bedroom, no TV. Right? After that, I played a lot.
Watch TV a lot as well.
Watch series and season. I don't know what is the name of season. Yeah, so that all helped in a way.
I think for me as a carer, for a COVID patient, that 10 days because that time there's no clear SOP that close contact, no need to quarantine and all these things. That time is still very, very early where there's no Chinese New Year cluster yet, that we are like the first one to be in this kind of situation. So during that 10 days, I was so worried. Then suddenly I had flu, or suddenly I start coughing. So yeah, so doubt that comes in, or the anxiousness that comes in. So every 3 days, whenever I take the COVID test, I will feel very, very scared to see the result. So actually, what actually helped me during that time is my parents called almost every day, and my cousin also called me. And then we also try to do things together. Although we are near, but at the same time we are far also. We call each other, video call each other to make sure that things are doing okay. What we did also, we did Netflix together.
Yeah, you
What
watch
is it called?
Netflix party.
Netflix telepathy. Yeah. So that we watch things together and we discuss things. So I think just want to add on is, looking back, we were able to do our ceremony, and we are able to invite the people that we wanted to invite. And during that time, it's like almost left 1 digit only. Then right after that, we were able to go for our honeymoon, and we went to Sabah for honeymoon, and that's the time where the spike happens again. But we were really thankful that all these will fall into place, the right timing. God really has given us this luxury, I would say, or has blessed us with time together during this marriage. Yeah, right after honeymoon, we get extended lockdown because it's MCO 2.0.
14 days,
Another 14 days, because we were supposed to come back from Sabah, we have to quarantine ourselves 14 days. Then after the lockdown happens, then the next 14 days as well. Then come back until now. We were really, really thankful whenever we look back on his timing.
Yeah, stable. Okay, because I'm not a person who always go out and meet people, so I think things are almost same for me. But one thing I regretted is maybe I should have spent more time to meet people and talk, because some of them already passed on because of COVID or because of other diseases, which I didn't do. I mean, I should have spent more time meeting up with people pre-COVID. Because of the lockdown, because of not being able to meet people, then no chance to talk to some of them really. So maybe now I should reassess my friendship, my relationship with certain people, to see whether I should make an effort to meet up or talk at least once, so I don't feel very sad when they are no more there. That's what I want to do. And pray, when we look at the numbers reducing, thank God. So that actually in a way gave us the confidence that God is hearing our prayer. I mean, a lot of people are praying during that time, but then personally I feel like God heard my prayer and then He reduced the number. So it increases our faith in God. So even now when we look at the numbers, it's so much, but then we are still thankful that there are also people getting healed, and that has become a constant prayer point in our personal life. Before marriage and now after marriage, because we pray every night, that's also a constant prayer point. So we really believe that God will continue to heal people who are positive, those who are affected, and we pray the numbers will continue to decrease slowly but surely. So yeah, really thank God.
Thank you.
Thank you.